Welcome back to the shop. I'm Jeff from Today's Craftsman, and this week we're talking about router bits. So you may be coming home from the home center and you just bought your first router. It might look a little something like this. This is a cordless router, or something like this. This is a corded router. And these are both, as you can see, 1/4-inch shank routers. So that's what size router bit goes into these collets. I'd say 1/4-inch is what most people start with. So we're going to talk today about what I think are the first 5 router bits that you should buy, and these will carry you through, I think, for a very long time. Every now and then you have to pick up something for a specific job, but these are the first 5 that'll get you started. So these are what we use most commonly. First one we have here is a 1/8-inch roundover bit. So you can see the shape of this blade here. We have a little 1/8-inch radius, and what this does is it puts a round edge on the corner of a board. So you're removing that material and ending up with a round corner. 1/8-inch I think is like the perfect roundover. 1/16 can be a little too sharp, and 1/8-inch feels really nice on the hand. So this is a very common roundover that we use. Anything less than this can be done with just sandpaper, and anything more, it can look a little bit clunky. So we like 1/8-inch roundover if we're doing a roundover. The other option for a corner break would be a chamfer, so that's our second bit here. This is a chamfering bit. They come in different angles. This is 45 degrees, and this is a pretty big one, so you can do a big chamfer. Looks like maybe up to about a 1/2 inch, all the way down to, you know, as small as you can get it. So we like to do, again, like a small 1/8-inch chamfer. To me, the chamfer is like the roundover's fancy cousin. Always looks better to me versus a roundover. I like a chamfer. So that's our second edge treatment profile. Now we're getting into completely different styles of bits. So this is a top bearing flush trim bit. So we have a bearing here that is the same diameter as the cutters. So this is a 2-wing cutter. And you can use this to cut pockets into the middle of a workpiece. You can use it to mortise in hinges into the edge of a workpiece. Basically anything that this bearing can follow, you can cut with this. So you have a limited depth of cut on this particular bit. This is maybe 3/8 of an inch. So you can cut down as much as 3/8. And you can do multiple passes and actually get deeper. So once you have established that first pass, you can now reference what you've already cut with this, and really you can go infinitely deep as the router will allow you. So that's our top bearing bit. And you know, these come in different diameters, different lengths. We have a bottom bearing bit. So this is a 1/4-inch spiral. This is actually a compression bit, so we have flutes going down and flutes going up. We won't get too deep into that, but you see we have our bearing here down at the bottom. And this is good for matching shapes. So you can cut out a template. Let's say it's for a cutting board or an arched piece that you need to cut, and you put it on the bottom of your workpiece, and this will follow that curve or whatever shape you cut, and it will actually remove all of that material. So this is for pattern cutting of shapes. So that's the 1/4-inch bottom bearing flush trim bit. And our last bit here, this is a 1/4-inch. This happens to be a down spiral, so the cutters are pointing down. And this is just a straight bit, so this is good for making grooves. And you can use this in conjunction with collars on your router, and you can even cut patterns with this as well using a collar setup. But you can use straight edges on the edges of your router base and use this to cut grooves or even patterns. So we see a lot of woodworkers on social media with a drawer full of, you know, 100 bits, 50 bits. I really don't think you need that many. You know, sometimes a job comes up and you need something very specific, a nosing bit or an OG bit or something like that, and it's always good to grab them for that. But these are the 5 bits, in my opinion, that will get you through most of the work that you're going to do, and you can pick things up here and there. So if you get these to get started, you'll be set up for success. Let us know if there's ones that you prefer. These are the ones that I like, but you may like something else. Leave them down in the comments, and we'll see you next week.